Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance. We are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Addison will go in motion left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Now McCarthy.
Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Throwing is McCarthy.
That is caught and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
To the air with McCarthy.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Third down and 13. Here's McCarthy.
He sets up the screen to Jones. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
And this one is right through. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
They'll run it again with Henry. He stiff arms him.
And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3. Here is 3rd down and 4.
Here's Jackson to throw.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Jackson now.
That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Jackson. And that is incomplete.
1 1st down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. Brandon Powell deep for Minnesota.
And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
On play action, McCarthy. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that's football 101, isn't it? Tip your cap to the rookie. He knocked that one away, but he better not relax. They're going to test him all game long.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy.
This complete to Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. An inside give to Jones. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
2nd and 14. Looking to throw McCarthy. Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
This now a 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, McCarthy. That's to the sideline and pulled in. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Marlon Humphrey on the defensive side making that look easy from his corner position.
Sometimes I think cornerbacks can benefit from the fact that quarterbacks might just forget about the idea that they might be near the line of scrimmage. How about the anticipation there, sneaking in and making a big play in the backfield?
Here we go on 2nd and 12. This one brought in by Jefferson.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Back to throw. McCarthy. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan, introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They set a load a big way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he stopped immediately there.
Andrew Van Ginkel there on the stop. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. And it looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. McCarthy operating from the gun to Jefferson on the slant.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
On play action, now McCarthy. He gets it to Addison.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Complete. Jefferson to target.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Up the middle, Jones. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Nothing too fancy, just a carry up the middle, but a successful carry up the middle against this 3-4 defense.
And to be able to do that, what do you have to control? The nose guard, right? Got to be able to move him, otherwise you're not getting anything up the middle. Nice job by the center. Got a little help from one of his friends playing guard.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Aaron Jones.
A 13-yard touchdown run. And they are able to add on to their advantage. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for the reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts here. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a 1st down to open the drive.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. Throwing is Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Now McCarthy.
His throw incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
To the air with McCarthy.
Wide open receiver complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him. 3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
McCarthy off the play fake.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And a flag comes out as that is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's McCarthy.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
You
down.
don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
Okay, you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you
Now
just
you
called
can
it.
go.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think
did.
you did. But let's face it. You mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that they've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
A throw out wide caught by Hopkins. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Now it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Now it's Jackson. That is caught. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 29-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10. Flowers going to go in motion right.
They go play action with Jackson.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
McCarthy going to throw again.
And this is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Slant route, and he's got Addison.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Sticking with the pass, here's McCarthy. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football, so instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Throwing is McCarthy.
He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw again.
They're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll start by running the option to the right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, McCarthy. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
The veteran Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him. I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
And here's Ryan Wright now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You trail them by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson now.
A short one there, caught by Likely.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
2nd down, they go again with Henry.
And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
A 3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Vikings head out to take over once again. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
McCarthy operating from the gun. Addison hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
This 2nd and 4. On play action, McCarthy. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
I certainly like what he did right there, because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens ready to take over. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They begin with Henry. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the 22. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He finds Hopkins complete. So he stopped for no gain. And 3rd and 8 now. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Running right, Jones. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. Third and 5.
Operating from the gun, McCarthy. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Jefferson going to go in motion right. And now a fake on the jet sweep and a give to Jones.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
That was Travis Jones working his way through and sticking him behind the line.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
That's caught downfield by Addison.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's a jet sweep. This is Addison. And that is well read there defensively. He was looking to use his speed to get the edge, but they said no way.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Ravens offense back out there. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
47 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Here's Jackson to throw. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And his throw here's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Second and 10.
Play action. Now Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. Again, Jackson.
Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Flowers. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They'll try the right side with Jones. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's Jackson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
It's complete to Hopkins. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They go play action now. Jackson. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
From the shotgun, McCarthy.
Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
3rd and 3. To the air with McCarthy. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he will have a Vikings first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, McCarthy. Pass complete to Naylor, right side. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw, McCarthy. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 16. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. And a good start there on 1st down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. To throw is Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. Jackson to Bateman there. 1st down, Ravens. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Now it's Jackson. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. And Jackson throwing once more. A short one there, caught by Likely. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
Here's 3rd and 3. Now it's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down.
So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run. It's Henry. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it. They got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Jackson now.
That one into the hands of Flowers.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They go play action with Jackson.
Crossing route, he finds Likely.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's 1st and 10.
This will be caught at about the 6. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Jackson to throw. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Jackson.
That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Jackson.
Eluding the pressure. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Now this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So they'll line up for the onside kick. 18 seconds to go. And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home, so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full of confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Baltimore, so long, everybody.